Armed robbers. Some say they're a drain on society, but you've got to give it to them. Today, I'm going to recap a 2014 action thriller film called The Outsider. The movie opens with two men getting out of a car. The driver holds a syringe and tells the other person to open the trunk. As soon as he opens it, a girl runs away, and the two chase her. They split up and soon catch her administering something from the syringe. Next, they throw her body off the bridge. Soon the police find the body, and two detectives, Klein and Kennedy, begin the investigation. Klein states that they must identify the girl's relatives and orders Kennedy to proceed. Furthermore, Klein is sure that the girl was killed and did not do it alone. Next, we meet the main character, a military contractor named Lex Walker. He is summoned by the captain, who informs him about the death of his daughter, Samantha. Lex believes it is a mistake and asks permission to fly to Los Angeles. The captain doesn't allow him, saying that the mission is not over and that if he decides to leave, he will be considered as a deserter. Lex looks him in the eye and tells him to screw off. He returns home and looking at the picture of his daughter, he has a flashback. Soon after, he meets his old friend, who he had asked to keep an eye on the house. Lex asks him for help in selling the house because he needs money to start a new life. The man agrees to help him and tells him that he must go to Los Angeles if he wants to see his daughter's body. He takes the last remaining money in the safe and flies to Los Angeles. Once there, he takes a cab and goes to meet Dr. Holden at the morgue. The doctor shows the girl's face, and Lex states nervously that this is not his daughter. He takes the autopsy report and finds the address of Samantha's residence. When he arrives at his destination, he finds a mess inside the residence. He finds a photo of his daughter and the home phone, through which he learns about the company that Samantha works for. He stops at a hotel and intends to begin a personal investigation to find out the whereabouts of his daughter. The next day, he calls the company and asks to speak with Samantha Walker. The operator says that she no longer works there. He goes to the company building and says he needs to talk to Schuuster, the director. Lex meets with the secretary he spoke to earlier today and asks her again about his daughter, but she ignores him. Then he goes to Schuuster's office, and the secretary tries to stop him. When the director sees him, he lets him in. Lex asks him about his daughter, but the director says he has more than 100 employees, many of whom he has never seen. Lex reveals that she called his company a few hours before she died, but Schuuster keeps repeating that he knows nothing. Nevertheless, the manager says that life in Los Angeles can be difficult for a young blonde girl like Samantha. At this point, Lex realizes that something is wrong, because he has said nothing about his daughter's appearance to the director. Schuuster calls security to take Lex away. After they go down the stairs, Lex says he still has a question, but the security guard tells him he has to leave. After this, a fight breaks out, in which he beats up Schuuster's men. Soon reinforcements arrive, and Lex is arrested. He is taken to the police station, where he is interrogated by detectives Klein and Kennedy. The detectives express condolences to Lex for the loss of his daughter and advise him to leave Schuuster alone. On the other hand, Lex states with certainty that his daughter is alive and only wants to return with her to London. In addition, he says that Schuuster knows something about the matter, but does not want to reveal it. At that point, Kennedy shows Klein an autopsy report that confirms Lex's hypothesis. The body they found belonged to a woman who fell off the bridge after she crashed her car. Back to Schuuster, the director meets Samantha, and he is the one who ordered that she be killed. But the plan fell apart, and now he wants to find her to finish what he started. To do this, he doesn't intend to turn Lex in, because he wants to follow him in his investigation, so that he can find Samantha. Later, Schuuster beats up one of his henchmen, because he started a fight with Lex in his building, drawing the cops in. Finally, he kills him with gunshots, and orders the other henchman to drive the relatives of the man who just died out of town. Back to Detective. Klein reveals that Samantha's passport and some credit cards were found in the accident victim's pockets. While analyzing Samantha's possessions, Lex notices a receipt from a certain bar and asks to be released. He takes a cab and goes to the Los Carlos bar, but on the way he notices that a car is following them. He enters the bar and orders a drink. At the same time, he asks the bartender if he has seen his daughter. The man becomes nervous and says he has never seen her. Lex realizes he is lying and uses violence to find out if he has seen her. A fight then breaks out in which Lex easily beats two men. He attracts the attention of people in the bar and promises a $10,000 reward for anyone who knows Samantha and will help him find her. As soon as he leaves the bar, a woman named Margo follows him and says she has seen his daughter a couple of times. Lex pays her the first part, and then she takes him to the place where she last saw her. Soon after they leave, a car starts following them. Margo reveals that she saw Samantha at a popular nightclub in the Hollywood neighborhood. Once there, Margo approaches a guy named Ricky, who used to date Samantha. As soon as Lex catches up with them, Ricky runs and enters a parking lot. Lex catches him, and Ricky reveals that 2 weeks ago, two big men kidnapped Samantha from the disco and took her away. At that moment, the car that had followed him so far arrives. A man gets out of the car, and Lex steals his gun, ending up killing all the henchmen. He returns to Ricky, threatening to kill him if he does not reveal where Samantha is. Ricky says he knows where she is, and they all get into Margo's car. In the car, Ricky reveals that Schuuster actually conducts illegal businesses, and that his company is just a front. Ricky cooperates with him to make a living, and apparently Samantha has something to do with it as well. Later, the two detectives arrive at the crime scene, and after analyzing the dead, realize that it was Lex who killed them. They order them to find the identities of the dead, and find Lex immediately. Elsewhere, the three arrive at their destination, and Lex goes to knock on the door. When the man refuses to let him in, Lex knocks down the door in one fell swoop. He goes inside and starts calling his daughter's name. He finds another guard, and as he beats him, his daughter comes up from behind him and shoots him with a taser. When he falls to the ground, the girl is shocked to see her father. Later, the two detectives visit Schuuster to inform him that Lex may be on his heels, as he thinks he is responsible for his daughter's disappearance. The detectives insist on leaving officers at his home, in case Lex shows up, but Schuuster refuses, saying he has security guards. When the detectives show him photos of the dead henchmen, Schuuster says he never saw them. The detectives leave, but they realize something is wrong and intend to get permission to pursue him. One of Schuuster's henchmen approaches him to reveal that the men he sent to kill Lex are dead. Schuuster orders more men to regroup to find Samantha and Lex. Once the protagonist recovers, he learns that, in fact, Samantha was perfectly fine, but she wanted to fake her death. The girl reveals that Schuuster has online banks and steals the data of people who sign up on his sites. She used to work for his fake company as a programmer. One day, she discovered an error in the database, and when she tried to fix the code, she found out what Schuuster was really up to. Samantha had collected the necessary evidence to show the police, but she realized that even if she were arrested, someone would kill her. So she created some false identities to transfer $10 million into those accounts, so that she could then escape from the United States. Ricky helped her with that, and they planned to run away together. But there was a problem. In a couple of days, Schuuster would have found out that she was stealing from him. After being arrested for drinking while driving, Samantha managed to activate the cards, but she did not have time to transfer the money. By that time, Schuuster already knew about Samantha's plan, and the girl quit her job. She later asked her friend to meet with Ricky, give him the files he needed to be able to transfer the money, because only Ricky could enter the company building. Her friend was killed before she could get the files to Ricky in time, and now the $10 million are blocked. Samantha can still get them, but she needs to get into the company's server, and it turns out that Schuuster has a backup server right in his mansion. Now they plan to sneak into that mansion, with Margo as a distraction, because Schuuster loves women. Nevertheless, Margo is against the plan, so she takes the promised $10,000. When she is about to leave, Lex offers her $100,000 to help them, and she accepts. Meanwhile, the detectives search for evidence to arrest Schuuster, but find nothing. Lex calls Klein to propose that they meet and talk about Schuuster. Lex reveals to him that the old man is using the company as a front, as he conducts illegal business by stealing people's identities. The police try to trace Lex's phone, but to no avail, and the call goes dead. Lex asks Samantha to run away to London if something does not go according to plan. Thanks to Lex's clues, the detectives find out how Schuuster steals people's identities. Klein says they will go and search Schuuster's home and office today because thanks to the main server, they will be able to prove that he is the culprit. In the evening, Lex and the others steal a luxury car in order to make it appear that Margo was brought by his personal chauffeur. On the way, Klein spots the car and updates his colleague on the situation. The other detective is still trying to get permission from the judge to prosecute Schuuster. Once they arrive, Margo gets out of the car and is greeted by Schuuster's security guard. Soon, Samantha and Lex enter the house through the garage. In the process, Margo meets Schuuster and talks to him for a moment, after which he walks away for a while. Lex and his daughter enter the villain's office to look for the server access, and once found, they reach the computer. While Samantha handles the transfer, Lex steals a bag with the cash he found there. At that moment, security guards are alerted that there is a signal on the second floor and begin searching the house. Margo walks away from Schuuster and tries to distract one of the security guards by spilling her drink on him. She then returns to Schuuster. She starts flirting with him and invites him to continue in the bedroom. Samantha says she needs 90 more seconds, and Lex walks away to stop the security guards. He kills a couple of them, dropping one of the bodies into the pool. Schuuster realizes that Margo is only there to distract him and takes her hostage. Detective Klein hears the gunshots and calls for backup. Lex continues to cover for Samantha until she finishes downloading the necessary files. She sends a message to Ricky, and he heads to the mansion to take them away. Lex continues to fight the henchmen, eventually falling into the pool. Schuuster starts shooting into the water and kills one of his men. Klein arrives and orders the old man to leave the girl. Schuuster threatens to kill her, and the detective throws down his gun, after which the villain shoots him. Lex gets out of the pool, takes the gun, and kills Schuuster. Fortunately, Klein is alive because of the body armor. The detective takes the gun from Lex to wipe off the prints and lets Lex go. Eventually, Lex and Samantha meet with Margo and Ricky. The four decide to go on a vacation together on a private jet. If you enjoyed this video, don't be shy to hit the like button, and if you disliked it, hit the dislike button twice, just to be sure. It would be best if you watched the whole movie. Thank you very much for watching. Please subscribe for more videos like this.